Hey, okay, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stop.
It was good, y'all. It's Monday, and it's time to talk about another retro series. So I was thinking, what is something that we all remember that no one wants to remember? So I had to think about it deep. Y'all remember when gangsters picked up skateboards and we tried to be Tony Hawk for a minute?
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
In 1997, Tony Hawk was the first skater in history to hit a 900. So in today's episode, we're going to take a deep dive into a series fond to everyone, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. One thing that was clear from jump is that this soundtrack might have been one of the greatest soundtracks of all time at the time of release. Green Day, Goldfinger. It had licensed punk music that I've never heard before, and this is where I first heard it. And still to this day, I still rock these songs. There was a bunch of pro skaters, but when you looked at it, there was actually one that actually caught my eye. A black professional skater, Kareem Campbell. Not many people remember Kareem Campbell, but I just want to give him his flowers. He influenced a lot of youth at that time. Extreme sports was everywhere. It was on cartoons, it was on TV, it was on shows. You couldn't go anywhere without seeing it. When extreme sports went mainstream, you found out very quickly every failure was painful. Y'all know when y'all hooping and them old heads come up and go, "Let me get a shot, young blood." Well, we had grown men yelling, "Ayo, do an ollie." It was an arcadey skating game where it was emphasized on actual points and combinations and keeping combinations going. It was a lot of fun. It was addictive. The sales were incredible, but a lot of people don't know that Tony Hawk actually might almost not have gotten paid.
As the game was getting released, they could sense the buzz of it. I was just going a million miles an hour because I was still doing X Games, and I was just like I was working on the game. I was proud of it, but I just didn't imagine it was going to be big. And they called me right before the release, and they said, "We want to offer you a buyout."
They started to pump these things out, and it was just game after game after game. Then there started to be even clones of the games to pop up. And then finally, it all went to hell. You see, Tony started to include Jackass into his games, and although Jackass and Tony collabs were always funny, the issue was people just wanted to play skateboarding games. Enter the game that officially killed Tony Hawk. That would be Skate. A very sim-style game where it relied on freedom and player movement and no restrictions, and it just wasn't even a competition anymore.
Hey, Tony Hawk here. I just want to introduce you to the Ride controller.
And the final nail in the coffin was Tony Hawk Ride, where they released a motion sensor controller skateboard. And it was the most confusing process I have ever seen.
The nose is the part of the board facing towards the screen.
So how do we remember Tony Hawk? Do we see it as a lightning in a bottle game that caught fire extremely quickly, or do we see it as a game that milked the cow until it was dry, then eventually we ate the cow?
I need all the wins, yeah.